there, my perfectly androgynous little creatures. How are you doing this week? My god, I missed you last week. Shout out to UK10. Thank you, bitch, for filling in for me. I appreciate it. You did a great job, and you looked great. Alright, so Joe, thank you for that comment regarding my blue contacts. To answer your question about my blonde wigs, I'd say I probably have about 6 or 7 blonde wigs. The thing is, a lot of my blonde wigs are the same color, so I mix and match them all the time, stack them together, and create new hair from that. So I have like 6 or 7 wigs, but in total, with combinations and stuff, I have a fucking lot. Alrighty, so this week on Perfect Androgyny, we're doing a week that I am so uber excited about. Music Week. We're talking about our most influential and favorite music artists. Okay, so I'm one of those people that is obsessed with music, and I can't stress that enough. My music tastes are very broad-reaching. The older I get, the more broad-reaching they've become. I think that there is a good song in every single genre, and I'm all about good music at the end of the day. You know, I might be listening to a country song and then switch to a heavy metal song and then switch to a pop song and then switch to something, I don't know, indie, and my tastes just vary a lot. I kind of wanted to think of a unique way to kind of break all of this down to kind of give you guys a good sense of the stuff that I listen to. So what I've done is I have gone down here, I took notes, and I have broken this down into like different categories. I made a list for favorite artist, for favorite albums, because those are two very different things, and then my favorite new music currently, because a lot of my favorites are older music. So let's start off with my favorite artist, alright? So number 1 is Marilyn Manson, simply because at a young age I discovered Marilyn Manson and it was revolutionary for me. You know, it changed the type of person I was. It opened up my mind to so much and is a result of why I pursue what I'm doing today. And I attribute all of that to just the freedom I found in that music at the time. But only old school Marilyn Manson, and I need to note that, alright? Because like, anything from Hollywood onward to present is fucking bullshit. Like, keeping it real, Antichrist Superstar and Mechanical Animals are like the only Marilyn Manson albums that matter at all. And in my mind, it really only comes down to Antichrist Superstar, and that is because Trent Reznor laid his hands on that bad boy, and it is very evident. Had to say it. Next up on my list for favorite artist is Trent Reznor. He is a fucking genius, and I've been fucking with 9 Inch Nails since the Downward Spiral album came out. Yes, I love 9 Inch Nails passionately, and I can't stress that enough. Next up on my list is Kanye West. Bitch, Kanye West is a fucking musical genius. I love every single one of his albums, with the exception of Yeezus. I wasn't really here for Yeezus, but I don't even care if I liked it or not, because I think Kanye West is a fucking genius. Musical genius. I'm here for Kanye West all day, bitch. Next up on my list for favorite artist is Fiona Apple. Bitch, I've been fucking with her since her first album, Don't Play. I love Fiona Apple. Next up on my list is Billy Corgan, who is the lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins. Next up on my list is Radiohead, and Radiohead is genuinely my favorite band of all time. My first Radiohead album was OK Computer, still my favorite Radiohead album. They're the only band I've ever fucked with that has never disappointed me at all. Never, not once. They're fucking incredible. Next up on my list is Placebo. I got some deep, real love for Placebo, bitch. Yes, ma'am. Next up on my list is Rihanna. That's right, of all the fucking female diva pop stars that are out and about, Rihanna is hands down my fucking favorite. I have her last like 3 albums. I love every single fucking one of them. I love her ratchet ass. That bitch is bad as fuck. I love Rihanna, bitch. Next up on my list is Queens of the Stone Age. I love Queens of the Stone Age. Bitch, I love them. Next up on my list is Bjork. Bjork is one of my favorite artists. The first album that I got from Bjork was the one with Big Time Sensuality on it. I can't remember the album name right now. Oh, it was called Debut. That's what it was called, Debut. Next up, we're gonna cover my favorite albums. Are you ready? Let's go. So, my favorite albums are Marilyn Manson, Antichrist Superstar, because it is a masterpiece. Thank you, Trent Reznor. Next up on my list is 9 Inch Nails' The Fragile, which is my favorite 9 Inch Nails album, hands down. Artistic masterpiece. Here for it all day. Next up on my list is Deftones' White Pony. White Pony got the jams, boy. Next up on my list is Smashing Pumpkins' Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. This double disc album is jam-packed with hit fucking songs, along with just really good deep album songs and stuff. Girl, I love this album so much. Next up on my favorite albums list is Britney Spears' Blackout. Now bitch, before this album came out, like, I fucked with pop music. I liked a pop single here and there. I'm here for it. But I had never had that one pop star album that just turned me the fuck out. This album did that for me. Britney Spears, Blackout, every single album that she does needs to be in the vein of Blackout forever, because that's the best thing that bitch has ever done, period. Next up on my list is Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. This album literally does not have a bad song on it, and I've been listening to it for so long now. It's unbelievable, and it's still so solid. It's amazing. So next up on my favorite albums list is Fat of the Land by The Prodigy. Such a fucking solid kick-ass album from beginning to end. I absolutely love it. So next up on my list is Radiohead's OK Computer. Now, this was the first Radiohead album that I ever bought, so it's a little nostalgic for me and I'm a little biased towards it. Let's be real, Radiohead doesn't really have a bad album. Next up on my favorite albums list is the soundtrack for Silent Hill 3, the video game. Very, very dark, very melodic, good working music. Very good to have on in the background. So the last one that I have listed on my favorite albums list is XXYYXX, and it's the album that they have out right now. It's everything to me. I can't stress it enough. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Ever since I found it, I've been fucking with it so hard, and it has skyrocketed up to my favorite albums list. So what I want to do next is cover the new music that I've started listening to, like, this year. Alright, so let's go over some of these bands. So right now I'm listening to a lot of Purity Ring. I'm listening to a lot of XXYYXX. Next up is Charlie XCX. I love her. I'm so here for her. Next up is Lordy, or Lord, however you say her fucking name. Next up is Am I Who I Am? Very weird name, but this chick's got some badass fucking songs, and all of her videos are uber cool and uber artistic, and I'm really here for that shit. It's Crystal Castles, Coco Rosie, which I've been listening to them, but I just wanted to throw them on here. A lot of Lana Del Rey. I'm so fucking obsessed with Lana Del Rey, Jesus Christ. Clams Casino, Likey Lee, which I've been listening to her. The Knife, been listening to him. And countless others. I can't even fucking name everything that's in my iTunes. So yeah, I hope that gives you some fucking insight into my taste in music and what I'm about. I fucking love talking about music. It's one of my biggest passions in the world. And you know, back in the day when MTV actually showed music videos, it was actually a dream of mine to become an MTV VJ, just because I know that I would be so good at it. I remember so much about music, so much about albums and time periods and stuff. I would kick ass at being an MTV VJ. I know I would. Well, I hope that you hoes enjoyed this video. I hope that you like this look that I'm serving you. I hope that you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure that you follow my motherfucking ass across all social networking medias. You can find the links for all that down below in the description box. And until I see your ass next time, I want you to take care, alright? Goodbye. Hold the fuck up. Alright. So, like, I just sat here and made, like, the longest goddamn video on Perfect Androgyny talking about music, and sat here and neglected to talk about my own music that I make in my damn video about music. Now, that's just craziness, so I'm coming in here with a voiceover and just letting you hoes know that I currently have a single out with Daniel Cox, alright? It's called Skin and Bones.
I just did a music video. You saw a little snippet of it at the beginning. Please click through on that, follow our links, download, etc., etc. Now, I've been making music on my own since I was probably like 15 years old. I started off with like some really basic music software and have advanced over the years. And I've put out a lot of music under other pseudonames that you guys don't know about, and they will remain nameless at this time. But, my music background's kind of how I started to talk to Daniel Cox, and we started talking about the music that we've made, and we've shared some songs back and forth. And we had this idea of doing like a collab project. And so we are currently working on a few more songs together right now. And I'm uber excited about it because our collaboration has been going pretty seamlessly. I do all the vocals that are on our Skin and Bone track. And how our collaboration process has basically worked up to this point is he kind of makes a song, sends it over my way, and once I have it, I create the vocals, I add the effects to them, and then I send them back to Daniel, and he just kind of weaves it together with the song and makes tweaks as needed so that, it blends in as well as possible. But, it's been such a seamless collaboration up to this point, so I'm really, really excited about the music that we're making. And then, I'm also working on music independently that I've been working on for a hot minute. So definitely be on the lookout for more music coming from Skarlet Starlet because there's definitely a lot more on the horizon. And I'm really excited about it, guys. Thanks. Bye.